Here are the not very bright disciples again. Paul cites the appearance of Jesus to James, but it is first Thomas and then Philip who, with their questions and misunderstandings, are the most interesting. This passage, with the rebuke of Philip, rather than his much more positive portrayal in chapter 1, has been chosen for his feast day. And this section starts with the so often quoted, "I am the way, the truth, and the life," an I am statement so full of meaning and significance in John's Gospel, but with a predicate of explanation for them and for us. Philip and Thomas's lack of understanding, or obvious misunderstanding, comes at an especially emotion-filled time for Jesus, the eve of his departure. He has encouraged them, saying he will come back for them, but they simply cannot get it. As frequently happens in John's Gospel, the questioner's misunderstanding gives Jesus the opportunity to explain and to teach. What started as a dialogue becomes a monologue, because he himself, in his person, is the truth. Philip and Thomas are, as are others in John's Gospel, representative figures whose statements and actions are combined and then redacted from many throughout Jesus' public ministry. Who do they represent then? Well, us, of course. Their misunderstandings and questions are the same as ours. Like Philip, we keep saying, "Show us the Father, and we shall be satisfied." We want the answers to all of our questions about life and death and the future right now. We even ask this, however indirectly or subtly, in prayer, don't we? Are we ever satisfied with the gentle silence? Like Philip, we too would like a powerful political Messiah, a thundering God, not a gentle shepherd who heals and forgives. When Jesus says to them, "I am the way," he means precisely a way of healing and forgiveness, a way of mercy and of love, not one like the power through violence that Philip and the others saw around themselves every day, or that we see around ourselves still today, and frankly often crave as a quick solution. When there is violence, one group wins and one loses, and the loser will always work to be the next winner, and so the cycle of violence will never end. Jesus keeps trying to explain to them his oneness with the Father is seen in his works. What do we see when we look at our own works, or those of others, or at the works of the church? How is the presence while absent of Jesus? How is he present while absent in our works? Although the church and Christians in general have worked throughout all of history for the good of the most vulnerable, and indeed still do today, is clericalism, the denial of women's gifts in ministry, the quarreling of bishops about who has a right to the Eucharist, as though anyone did, is that his way? Is my way, as a mother, grandmother, chaplain, his way? Jesus is teaching them about his relationship with the Father on the eve of his departure from them. But this departure, his death, resurrection, and the sending of the Spirit, is like no other, because it opens a new era of possibility for us and for our works, an era in which we can indeed be followers of his way of healing and forgiveness, his way of building God's reign of justice and peace, the way which is his and our truth, and where we will ultimately find life in its fullness.